Hey, welcome to my channel. Today I'm just going to talk very briefly and very quickly about the reunion. I've only, reunion part one basically. I prefer to talk more and discuss more after seeing all three parts and maybe after seeing the full unabridged version per se on the Peacock networks. And I'll say this: I'm only basing this right now of season. I mean, not season one. What was aired on Bravo. So let me start off with this. Wow. As we saw, wow. There were some funny moments, of course, in it, which was I cracked up in two parts, which was funny. But I'm going to bring up this very quickly. This is only with Sheena and there, and she didn't say as much per se, which is surprising for this part one reunion. They were showing parts. They were showing Raquel from the trailer, trying to, as Andy was asking, Tom questions and such. But it's interesting. I do say also that if you do like my content, like my videos, like this, please like or dislike. I can know what to focus on a little bit and what not to focus on in my channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed, I do enjoy my content. As well as my channels. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And of course, again, please leave it in the comment section. I do read all my comments. I do respond to them when they warrant a comment. But anyways, let's start off. The first thing that I was surprised at, or after the show ended, the first thing that started hitting my head was like, I don't want to say the disrespect, but yeah, there was a massive amount of disrespect coming in towards Lisa Vanderpump. I mean, it was like, I don't know how to describe it, but this is the person that pretty much made the entire cast famous. She pretty much made them famous. The show made them famous. The fact that Lala, Katie were like going back at her, similar Ariana here and there, not as much per se. She does understand. I think the only two people that didn't go after Lisa or disrespect her was James Kennedy and Sheena. But then again, Sheena wasn't talking as much, which was a little surprising. But Lala going right after her, I'm like, damn, Lala. I mean, if not for her, you wouldn't be where you're at right now, honestly. You would not be where you're at right now if not for her and the show itself. So please, even James Kennedy knows and recognizes it, that it's because of her that they're there. They're there. They're famed. Because like even James Kennedy, you could see the times that she had fired him as well as others, or removed him from Sir and whatnot. Kennedy would was like, please no, like he would act like a petulant child basically, and like became so mature, just a child, that he knew that by being removed from the restaurant, Sir, that he figured, okay, I won't be famous. I won't be able to break off into like my DJ life or whatever. I mean, that's why he would always like, oh, please don't fire me. Please don't fire. It wasn't because of the money. Honestly, he could have gotten money anywhere else. He could have been working anywhere else, same amount of money, even if not more, maybe. But he knew full well this show would make him famous, and that's why he needed to stay on it, and that's why he would always act like a petulant child. And the fact that Lala, so the thing is, the fact is now that they don't need the show, Lala, Katie, and all that. They don't need the show at this point. They're because they're gonna use this as a stepping stone to get their fame. I mean, now they're using what's that called? Their podcasts and such, and endorsement deals. Lisa's, I think, started realizing like, what the hell, you guys? I made you. I can break you. Because like, remember, she is an executive producer of the show. She can just like, no, we're not going to take him. Even though some of the producers might say, other producers and Bravo's like, no, we're going to do this. Like, nope. Either you can make a show out of them, but they're not going to be part of my show. The question is will Bravo use? Because like reality, Lala on her own, not much. Lala and Katie on their own, not much as well too. Like it'd be boring. I mean, honestly, there's nothing without. It's with within the show universe of that it makes them interesting. Um, but then I guess the other aspect is like, and you could interpret it one of two ways how Lisa VP basically how Lisa basically was acting like a little bit playing both sides, all being there for Ariana, of course, but how sometimes some of the stuff that was coming towards Tom or the Toms for that matter She thought that was harsh, and she would just interject, like, "Whoa, hold on, you got," as though she was acting. Everyone would think, like, "Oh, she's acting like the mom, like a mom type of figure." I thought it was more of a mom figure, but then there's the other aspect as well too. It's like, remember, this is a business person. She knows full well. She saw what happened with Schwartz and Sandy's after this stuff came. They're like all the reviews, as well as the number of people going there, dropping. The fact is like she's a majority owner. The Toms only have 5% each on Toms. She's the majority. That if people start associating and do exactly, like boycotting Toms because of the two fools, she's going to take a business hit. So of course, for her perspective, she's trying to make them at least a little bit good so that the business doesn't hurt. Everyone's thinking, because the fact is like, she's sort of like the mom of this group. No, it's more of a case where business wise, she can't lose. She can't afford to have Toms die down, because if he does, she sort of loses that genre, not genre, but that revenue stream that's coming from there basically. Because Pump is moving away. We know Pump is closing because the landlord pretty much raised the rent. She's refusing to pay the rent, so they're going to be gone off of West Hollywood. You're only going to have Sir and then Toms. That's it. No one's going to go to Schwartz and Sandy's. She didn't want to go into Schwartz and Sandy's because she knew full well Schwartz and Sandy's. That place, the location was horrible. And it's all about location as well, too. So, with this, it makes sense as to why she was kind of sort of playing the middle, trying to play the middle, but not entirely the middle. Like maybe 60% Ariana, 40% toward the Toms. And that's one of the things. Katie, honestly, boring as hell. I mean, she was going after Tom Schwartz again. I mean, now that was the other factor as well. Schwartz and Sandoval basically not getting their stories straight. That was pretty funny as well, too. I thought that was funny. I'm like, Schwartz, you are a complete fool. But I came to the realization, Schwartz was throwing Sandoval under the bus. He knew full well after this thing broke up, his association to Sandoval, he's being dragged down. So he's trying to he tried getting in front of it. He tried getting Sandoval to get in front of it. He realized Sandoval is not doing it. So he said, screw it. I'm going to throw Schwartz under the bus. I mean, Schwartz figured I'm going to throw Sandoval under the bus, save my own ass, because he would do the exact same thing to me, basically. So he's doing that. And I'm glad he's doing that a little bit. He's like, yeah, man, I knew about this in late August. He's like, late August? I told you in January. He's like, no, you didn't. You told me in August about this stuff. And like how you egged me on to kiss her and all that stuff. So that was pretty funny. The other aspect I thought was really funny is when James was going after Sandoval. And the comment that came out of him, I cracked. I was like, dude, bro, I'm more ripped than you. I started cracking. This skinny 25, 26-year-old kid, if you seen him, like, guy's not as ripped as Sandoval. I was like cracking up. I was cracking up. It was funny as hell. I can't believe he was saying that. It was funny. But outside of that, those were those two funny moments. The other interesting fact was Lisa made us comments like as far as how she told Tom, hey, Sandoval basically, like, isn't that little macabre to push Schwartz to Raquel after you hooked up with her? And from Sandoval's perspective, it's like, no, it wasn't. Everyone thought that was disgusting. Honestly, if you've seen the entire show, if you've seen the show, it's not. They all slept with each other. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, what are they thinking? What are you, crazy? Like, you've all slept with outside of Lisa Vanderpump. All of them slept with each other practically. And Katie, for that matter, too. That we know of. I mean, that's the one thing that's interesting is like every one of them has cheated except for Lisa, that we know of as well too. I mean, her and Ken, they could have been sometimes, for all we know. I don't know. I doubt it. And then of course there's Katie, and we don't know for sure with Katie if she ever cheated on Schwartz. I mean, chances are she probably didn't, but we don't know. But I'll just leave it at that. Honestly, I'll just leave it at that basically because I'm waiting for part 2 and part 3, and then after that, I think we're going on to the Peacock Network and then watching the sort of uncensored version and also parts of the extended version makes more sense to watch and to identify, to come back and be, garner what you can get out of. But right now, also that was the other fact that was also I thought was funny when Schwartz. It wasn't Schwartz, but it was Sandoval. It was the fact that when Sandoval was ready, when he first was ready to say, "I'm apologizing," he started crying. They all recognized what he was doing. They all recognized it. That was funny. They all recognized the guy was acting, breaking out the waterworks. Everyone knew. I was like, oh my god, this guy's like, like I think even Lisa knew, Andy knew too. Oh, it's really even funny. The fact that Andy knew is like I cracked up at that point as well too. And then the other factor is like, Andy was like, my cards, my cards. That was funny as well too. It's gonna be interesting to see what part two and part three are basically, because even Lisa says like, look, we're here for 10 hours. Can we just please be civil a little bit? Honestly, it makes sense because like with the reality housewives, I mean reunions, they're always amazing. Like they're always funny, always drama. So there's going to be drama here too. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here and in part two and part three. I would love to see some of the unedited versions as well too. Um, but with that, I'm interested to see what Sheena is saying as well too, because like she didn't say much. So I'm assuming part two is where she says a lot. Because I mean, Andy basically called out in the beginning, like how Sheena and Lala their relationship is better, and then Katie and Sheena's not so much. But how Katie was angry at Lala for being more loyal to Sheena than to her, even though Katie was loyal to Lala. Even Tom called it out. Tom actually tried to create a rift right there too. He tried to create some drama. Schwartz, in his part, from his perspective, he thought it was an innocent thing, but in reality, I don't know if he's there and he's aware, or two, he just said it as something like. But the fact that he said that, he was trying to cause a rift and some drama at that point as well too. Katie basically had to get in there and basically sort of like it's like whoa 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 hold on, sorry, and tried to backtrack a little bit to explain herself. And Lala and Katie seems like it went over smooth, and I'm like, damn, Schwartz thought he had it, he lost it. But in any case, um, I'll leave it at that right now. Like I said, like I'll wait for part two and part three to come through and figure out what happens with that. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Please again leave your comment in the comment sections. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love, what, it'd be great to have like sort of a collaborative video about this, discussing about this, as well as talking with others about this and like doing a go live together. That would be great to do as well too. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Again, like I said, leave your comment in the comment sections. I do read them. I do respond to them when they warrant a response. And also, if you do like my content and do like this and enjoy stuff and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you do like or dislike, please hit that like or dislike button to know if I should be focusing on this content and such. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, and of course, unrehearsed. Until next time.